Captain Jake Morrison looked out at the stars through the large window on the bridge. After 18 long months traveling faster than light, they had finally reached their destination. The Kepler 442 system stretched out before them, and somewhere in that darkness was the fourth planet where alien life existed. "Captain, we are getting signals from the planet," said Lisa Parker, the communications officer. Her voice was shaking a little. "The signals are not friendly." Jake walked over to her station. The screens showed wave patterns and numbers that meant the aliens were talking to each other. But when their computer translated the messages, Jake felt cold inside. "What are they saying?" he asked. Lisa pressed some buttons and the alien voices filled the bridge. The computer changed their words to English. "The plague species approaches our world. All defense stations prepare for battle. The reality destroyers have come as we feared." Dr. Nathan Cross, who studied alien life, looked up from his computer. "Captain, they have been watching us for a very long time. These messages talk about Earth television shows and radio signals. They know about our wars and our history." Jake could not believe what he was hearing. "They have been spying on us." "Yes, sir. For at least 30 years. They learned about humans by watching our movies and listening to our music. They studied how we fight wars and how we treat our planet." The bridge became very quiet. Everyone knew this changed everything. They had come here hoping to make friends with aliens, but the aliens already knew about humans and they were scared. Admiral Kate Sullivan walked onto the bridge. She was in charge of talking to aliens and making peace. "Captain, what is our situation? The aliens know we are coming. They call us the plague species. They have been getting ready to fight us for 30 years. Kate sat down hard in a chair. "Show me everything." Lisa played more alien messages. The voices sounded worried and angry. "The humans destroy everything they touched. Their own world dies. Because of them, they fight wars that kill millions. They never stop growing and taking more land." Dr. Cross pulled up pictures on the big screen. "Admiral, look at this. The aliens call themselves the Zephyrian Empire. They control 12 star systems, but all their worlds are perfect. Clean air, clean water, no wars, no problems. And they think we will ruin that," Kate said quietly. "Yes, ma'am. They are afraid that humans will bring chaos and destruction to their perfect worlds." Jake looked at the planet getting bigger in front of him. "How many aliens live down there?" "About 8 billion on the main planet, maybe 20 billion in the whole system." Dr. Cross answered. Lisa pressed her earphone closer. "Captain, I am getting more signals, military signals. They are calling up their war fleet." The big screen changed to show space around them. Hundreds of alien ships were coming out from behind asteroids and moons. The ships looked like big crystals that glowed with blue light. "My God," whispered Commander Ryan Bell, who was in charge of fighting. "They have been hiding a whole fleet out there." The alien ships moved into attack formation around the human ship. Jake had seen this before in military training, but never with so many enemy ships. "Captain," Lisa said, her voice very scared now. "They are talking to us directly." "Put it on speaker." A new alien voice filled the bridge. The computer made it sound like a human man talking. "Human vessel, you will stop moving and prepare to be boarded. You have entered Zephyrian space without permission. You are enemies of peace." Jake looked at his crew. They were all scared, but trying to be brave. "This is Captain Jake Morrison of the Earthship Defiance. We come in peace. We want to talk and be friends." The alien voice sounded angry. "We know what humans call peace. We have watched your wars. We have seen your cities burn. We know how you killed your own planet with poison and smoke." Dr. Cross whispered. "Captain, they are not wrong. If they watched our news and movies, they saw the worst parts of human history." The alien continued talking. "You will return to your system and never come back. If you refuse, we will destroy you. We have prepared for this day for 30 years. We know all your tricks." Jake felt his heart beat faster. "We are just one ship. We came to explore and learn. One human ship today, 1,000 tomorrow. One human settlement becomes a human world. One human world becomes a human empire. We have seen this pattern in your entertainment transmissions." Admiral Sullivan stood up. "Captain Morrison, request permission to speak to them." Jake nodded. This is Admiral Kate Sullivan. I speak for the people of Earth. We do not want war. We want to learn about your culture and share ours with you. The alien laughed, but it sounded mean. Share your culture. We have seen your culture. Violence, greed, destruction of nature. You fight wars over oil and land. You build weapons that can destroy whole planets. You are the most dangerous species we have ever discovered. Dr. Cross was reading more alien messages on his computer. Admiral, they have been talking to other alien species about us. There is something called the Galactic Defense Coalition. 15 different alien races have joined together because they are all afraid of humans. Kate sat down again. This was much worse than anyone had expected. 15 species afraid of one. Yes, ma'am. They all studied Earth and decided that humans are too dangerous to let into space. The alien voice spoke again. You have one Earth day to leave our system. If you are still here tomorrow, we will attack. This is your only warning. The communication ended. The bridge was quiet except for the sound of computers working. Jake looked at each member of his crew. Lisa was scared but still working at her station. Ryan was studying the alien ships and thinking about how to fight them. Dr. Cross was reading more alien files. Admiral Sullivan was thinking hard about what to do next. Captain, Ryan said, their ships are more advanced than ours, but they move like they are following old battle plans. They studied our military history, so they know what we did in past wars. But that might also be their weakness. What do you mean? They prepared to fight the humans they saw in old movies and history books, but we have learned new things since then. We are not the same humans who fought World War II or Vietnam. Dr. Cross looked up from his computer. Captain, I found something interesting. These aliens have had the same technology for over 1,000 years. They stopped trying to make new things a long time ago. Their ships are powerful but old-fashioned. Jake walked back to the big window. The alien ships surrounded them like angry hornets. Behind them was the planet where billions of aliens lived in fear of what humans might do. Admiral, what are your orders? Kate was quiet for a long time. Then she said, we cannot go back to Earth and tell them that the galaxy is closed to humans. But we also cannot start a war with 15 alien species. So what do? We prove them wrong. They think they know what humans are like because they watched our movies and listened to our radio, but they only saw our past. They do not know what humans can become when we try to do good instead of evil. Lisa looked up from her station. Admiral, how do we prove that to aliens who want to kill us? Kate smiled. For the first time since they arrived. We show them something they have never seen before. We show them humans who came to the stars, not to conquer, but to help. We show them that everything they fear about us can also be everything that makes us good neighbors. Jake felt hope for the first time in hours. Do you have a plan? I am working on one, Captain. But first, we need to learn everything we can about these aliens and why they are really afraid of us. Dr. Cross, keep reading their files. Ryan studied their ships, but do not make them think we are preparing to attack. Lisa, keep listening to their talk. Yes, ma'am, they all said together. Jake looked out at the alien ships one more time. Tomorrow would decide if humans would be welcome in the galaxy or if they would have to fight for the right to explore the stars. Either way, the crew of the Defiance would show these aliens what humans were really made of. The next morning, Jake Morrison woke up to red lights flashing in his room. The ship's alarm was making loud noises. He put on his uniform quickly and ran to the bridge. What is happening? He asked as he sat in his captain's chair. The aliens are trying to talk to us again, Lisa Parker said, but this time it sounds different. Put them on speaker. A new alien voice filled the bridge. This one sounded older and more serious than yesterday. Human vessel, this is Supreme Navigator Veltar of the Zephyrian High Command. We will give you one chance to prove you are not like the humans we have studied. Admiral Kate Sullivan hurried onto the bridge. Captain, let me handle this. Jake nodded. Kate pressed the communication button. This is Admiral Sullivan. We are ready to talk. Admiral Sullivan, we have watched your species for many years. We know about your wars, your pollution, your violence. But we are fair people. We will test you. If you pass our test, we will let you live. If you fail, we will destroy you and warn all other species about the human danger. Dr. Nathan Cross whispered to Jake, "Captain, this could be a trap." Kate spoke into the microphone. "What kind of test do you want us to take?" "We will send mathematical problems to your ship. If you solve them correctly, it will prove you are intelligent enough to talk to us. If you solve them peacefully, it will prove you are not just warriors." Lisa started receiving data on her computer. Numbers and symbols filled her screen. "Admiral, they are sending the math problems now." Dr. Cross looked at the problems. "These are very hard. Some of them are about physics and space travel. Others are about how to share resources fairly between different groups. Commander Ryan Bell studied the alien ships outside their window. Admiral, I think this is more than just a test. Look at how their ships are moving." Kate looked at the big screen showing space around them. The alien ships were moving into new positions. "What do you see, Commander?" "They are studying us. Every time we move or change something on our ship, they write it down. They are learning how we work and how we think." Jake realized what was happening. They are not just testing us. They are preparing to fight us better if we failed their test. Admiral Sullivan thought for a moment. "Dr. Cross, how long will it take to solve these math problems?" "Maybe 6 or 8 hours if we work very hard." "Do it. But while you work on math, I want everyone else to learn about them." Kate looked around the bridge. "Lisa, keep listening to their private conversations. Ryan, study their ships, but be very careful. I want to know everything about these aliens before we finish their test." Lisa put on her headphones and started working. After a few minutes, she looked scared. "Admiral, I am hearing things you need to know about." "What things?" "They are not just talking to each other. They are talking to other alien species, too. The Galactic Defense Coalition is having a big meeting about us right now." Dr. Cross stopped working on math problems. "What are they saying?" Lisa listened more. "Species called the Corvani think humans should be destroyed immediately. Another species called the Threx want to capture us and study us like animals in a zoo. The Zephyrians are trying to convince everyone to let us take this test first." Jake felt sick to his stomach. "How many species are in this coalition? I count at least 15 different voices, maybe more. They all sound scared of us." Ryan was studying the alien ships through his instruments. "Captain, I found something strange. These aliens have very powerful weapons, but their ships are built using old ideas. It's like they learned how to build one perfect ship design and then never tried to make it better." "What does that mean?" "It means they stopped learning new things a long time ago. They have good technology, but they do not know how to change it or improve it." Dr. Amanda Foster, the ship's psychologist, came onto the bridge. She had been listening. "To alien communications to Admiral. I need to tell you something important about these aliens." "What did you find, Doctor?" "I have been studying how they talk to each other. They are not just afraid of human violence. They are afraid of human curiosity." Kate did not understand. "What do you mean?" "Listen to this conversation I recorded." Amanda played an alien voice speaking. The computer translated it to English. "The humans never stop asking questions. They never accept that something is impossible. When they see a mountain, they climb it. When they see an ocean, they cross it. When they see the stars, they build ships to reach them." Another alien voice answered. "This is why they are dangerous. We learn to be happy with what we have. We learn that some things should not be changed. But humans change everything they touch." Amanda stopped the recording. "Admiral, they are not afraid we will attack them with weapons. They are afraid we will attack their way of life just by being ourselves." Jake was starting to understand. "They have perfect worlds where nothing ever changes. They think we will ruin that." "Exactly, Captain. They have been the same for thousands of years. Same government, same technology, same ideas. But humans are always growing and changing. That scares them more than our guns." Lisa suddenly looked up from her computer. "Admiral, I am getting a private message from someone on the alien planet." "But it through a young alien voice spoke quietly. "Human ship, my name is Kixara. I am a young I should not be talking to you. But I want you to know that not all of us are afraid of you." Kate spoke carefully. Hello, Kicksara. Why are you taking this risk to talk to us? Because I have been watching your Earth transmissions too. Yes, I saw your wars and your pollution, but I also saw your music and your art. I saw humans help each other during disasters. I saw humans save animals and protect forests. I saw humans who gave their lives to help strangers. Jake felt hope growing in his chest. Are there others like you? Yes, but we must be very quiet. The older Zephyrians say that young people who like human ideas are sick in the mind. They send us to special schools to fix our thinking. Dr. Cross stopped working on the math problems. Kicksara, can you tell us why your people are really afraid of us? The young alien was quiet for a moment. Because you proved that our way is not the only way. For thousands of years, we have believed that peace means never changing anything. But humans showed that you can change and grow and still be good people. This makes our leaders very scared. Ryan checked his instruments again. Admiral, more alien ships are arriving? I count over 300 now. Amanda listened to more alien conversations. They are arguing about what to do with us. Some want to kill us quickly. Others want to capture us and study how human minds work. A few are saying we should be allowed to prove we are peaceful. Kate made a decision. Dr. Cross, how are the math problems going? I have solved most of them. But Admiral, these are not really math problems. They are questions about how we would govern a planet, how we would share resources, how we would handle disagreements between different groups. What kind of answers are you giving? Honest ones. I am telling them how humans actually try to solve these problems, not how we think they want us to answer. Lisa got excited. Admiral, the young alien Kicksara is sending me something. It looks like information about the other species in the coalition. The information appeared on the big screen. Pictures and facts about 15 different alien species filled the display. Jake studied the information. Look at this. Every single alien species lives on worlds that are perfect for life. Warm weather, plenty of water, no dangerous animals, lots of food. Amanda understood immediately. They never had to struggle to survive. Earth tried to kill humans for millions of years. Ice ages, volcanoes, earthquakes, storms, diseases. We learned to adapt and overcome problems because we had to. But these aliens never faced those challenges. Dr. Cross added. They evolved. On easy worlds where everything was provided for them, Kate stood up and walked to the big window. That's why they stopped growing and learning. They never needed to change because their worlds never changed. Ryan pointed at his screen. Admiral, the alien ships are moving into attack formation. I think they are getting ready to end the test. Lisa pressed her headphones closer to her ears. I am hearing new conversations. Supreme Navigator Veltar is talking to the other species leaders. He is asking them to vote on whether to let us live or die. Jake felt the weight of responsibility on his shoulders, not just for his crew, but for all humanity. How much time do we have? Maybe 1 hour. Lisa answered. Kate turned back to her crew. Dr. Cross, finish the math problems and send our answers. Everyone else, prepare for whatever comes next. We may have to fight, or we may have to run, or we may have to do something no human has ever done before. What is that, Admiral? Jake asked. Prove to 15 alien species that the thing they fear most about us is actually the thing that could save us all. The bridge became quiet as everyone worked outside their window. Hundreds of alien ships waited for the test results that would decide if humans would be welcome in the galaxy, or if they would become the most hunted species in known space. Captain Jake Morrison watched Dr. Nathan Cross finish the last math problem. The alien test was complete, but everyone on the bridge knew this was just the beginning of their real challenge. Admiral Lisa Parker called out, pressing her headphones tight against her ears. I'm getting urgent messages from all over the galaxy. The coalition species are voting right now about what to do with us. Admiral Kate Sullivan stood behind Lisa's chair. What are they saying? The Corvanis still want to destroy us immediately. The Threx want to capture us for experiments. But now there's a new problem. 3 more alien species just joined the coalition because they heard humans reached space. Commander Ryan Bell looked up from his tactical display. Admiral, We now have over 500 alien ships surrounding us. This isn't just about our one ship anymore. They're treating us like we're an invasion force. Jake felt the pressure growing. Every decision they made here would affect all of humanity's future in space. Lisa, any word from our young alien friend? Yes, Captain. Kixara is sending me information about what's really happening on their planet. Lisa read the translation on her screen. The Zephyrian government is scared because young people all over their world are asking questions about humans. They want to know why their leaders are so afraid of one species. Dr. Amanda Foster was studying alien psychology, reports on her computer. Admiral, I found something important. These aliens haven't had a new idea or innovation in over 2,000 years. They reached a point where they decided their civilization was perfect and stopped trying to improve anything. That explains why they're so afraid of us, Kate said. We represent everything they gave up. Growth, change, taking risks, exploring new possibilities. Dr. Cross sent the completed test answers to the alien ships. Admiral, our responses are transmitted, but I need to tell you what I discovered while working on their problems. What did you find? These weren't really math problems. They were scenarios about resource management, conflict resolution, and social organization. But here's the strange part. Every scenario assumed that resources are limited and problems can't be solved, only managed. Jake didn't understand. What do you mean? They asked how we would divide food among starving populations. I answered that we would find ways to grow more food. They asked how we would stop wars between different groups. I answered that we would help them find common goals to work toward together. Every time they presented a problem as unsolvable, I gave them a solution. Ryan was monitoring the alien fleet movements. Doctor, how do you think they'll react to those answers? I don't know. They might think we're lying, or naive, or dangerous, because we don't accept limitations the way they do. Lisa suddenly got excited. Admiral Kixara is sending me something big. It's a recording of the coalition leaders arguing about us. Play it! Alien voices filled the bridge, translated by their computer. The first voice sounded old and tired. The humans have completed our test. Their answers are disturbing. Another voice, higher pitched, responded, disturbing. How did they threaten us? No, worse. They provided solutions to problems we have accepted as unsolvable for millennia. They suggested growing food in space, mining asteroids for resources, and using technology to help different species understand each other better. A third voice, very angry, spoke up. This proves they are the reality destroyers we fear. They will not accept the natural order of things. They think everything can be fixed or improved. Jake looked at his crew. They're afraid of us because we try to solve problems instead of just accepting them. The alien conversation continued. Supreme Navigator Veltar, what is your recommendation? Veltar's voice was heavy with worry. The humans must be contained, not because they are evil, but because they are infectious. Already, our young people are asking why we don't try the solutions the humans suggested. If we let them into the galaxy, they will spread their dangerous ideas everywhere. Amanda looked up from her computer. Admiral, I just realized something. Terrified. We're not dealing with one species afraid of us. We're dealing with an entire galactic civilization that has chosen stagnation over growth. What do you mean? Think about it. 15 species, all afraid of the same things about humanity. They've created a perfect, unchanging galaxy where everyone stays in their place and no one rocks the boat. We represent chaos to them because we represent change. Lisa got another message from Kixara. Admiral, the young alien is warning us. The coalition has made their decision. They're going to offer us an ultimatum. What kind of ultimatum? Before Lisa could answer, the communication system activated. Supreme Navigator Veltar's voice filled the bridge. Captain Morrison, Admiral Sullivan, the Galactic Defense Coalition has reviewed your test results and reached a decision. Kate stepped forward. We're listening. Your species shows intelligence and problem-solving abilities that we acknowledge. However, these same abilities make you incompatible with galactic peace. We offer you this choice. Return to your solar system and accept monitoring stations around all your worlds. or face the combined military might of 18 alien civilizations. Jake felt his heart sink. 18. I thought there were 15. 3. More species joined our coalition after learning of your arrival. Captain, you have 1 Earth hour to decide. Accept permanent containment in your home system or be destroyed. The communication ended. The bridge was silent except for the humming of computers. Ryan checked his weapon systems, even though he knew they couldn't fight 500 alien ships. Admiral, what are our options? Kate sat down heavily in her chair. We can go back to Earth and tell them humanity is trapped forever in one solar system. We can try to fight and probably die. Or ... or what? Jake asked. Or we do something completely unexpected. Something so human that it changes everything. Dr. Cross looked confused. What could we possibly do that would change the minds of 18 alien species? Amanda suddenly stood up. Admiral, I have an idea. It's crazy, but it might work. Tell me, what if we don't try to convince them we're not dangerous? What if we prove that being dangerous can be good? Jake didn't follow her logic. How? Lisa asked Kixera if there are any problems in the galaxy that the Coalition can't solve. Any disasters or challenges they've given up on. Lisa sent the message and waited. A few minutes later, she got a response. Admiral Kixera says there's a huge problem that's been threatening the galaxy for months. A rogue planet is moving through space and will crash into several inhabited worlds. The Coalition calculated that stopping it is impossible, so they're just evacuating billions of people. Kate's eyes lit up. That's it. That's how we prove our value. Admiral, you want us to try to stop a rogue planet? Ryan asked. That sounds impossible even for humans. Exactly. The aliens have accepted it as impossible and given up. But humans don't give up. We find a way, even when there shouldn't be one. Dr. Cross was already pulling up star charts. Admiral, if we could stop this disaster, it would save billions of alien lives. Even if they hate us, they couldn't argue with results like that. Jake felt excitement building in his chest. This was the kind of impossible challenge that brought out the best in humans. What would we need to do? First, we need to convince them to let us try. Then we need to figure out how to move a planet. Kate smiled. 2 impossible things before lunch. Lisa was listening to more alien communications. Admiral, the collision is supposed to happen in just a few days. The rogue planet will hit the Corvini homeworld first, then continue on to destroy 3 more planets. The same Corvini who want to kill us immediately, Ryan noted. Which makes this perfect, Kate said. We save the people who hate us most. That's the most human thing we could possibly do. Amanda was working on her computer. Admiral, I'm writing a message to the Coalition. We're going to volunteer to save their worlds. Jake looked out at the alien ships surrounding them. In a few minutes, they would either be heading home in defeat, running for their lives, or attempting the most dangerous rescue mission in human history. Send a message, Kate ordered. Let's show them what humans do when everyone else gives up. Lisa transmitted their offer to help. Now they had to wait and see if 18 alien civilizations would trust their worst enemy to save their most precious worlds. The fate of both humanity and billions of aliens hung in the balance, and the clock was ticking. The response from the Galactic Defense Coalition came faster than anyone expected. Supreme Navigator Veltar's voice filled the bridge of the Defiance, and he sounded confused. Human vessel, we received your message offering to help with the rogue planet crisis. This must be some kind of trick. Why would you risk your lives to save people who consider you enemies? Admiral Kate Sullivan stepped forward to the communication panel. Because that's what humans do. We help people in trouble, even if they don't like us. There was a long silence. Then Veltar spoke again. This makes no sense. Our psychologists studied your species for decades. You are supposed to be selfish and violent. Captain Jake Morrison joined the conversation. Supreme Navigator, you studied our past mistakes and our entertainment, but you never saw what humans do when people need help. We run into burning buildings to save strangers. We give blood to people we never met. We share food with enemies during disasters. Dr. Nathan Cross was already working on his computer, studying the rogue planet data that Kixera had sent them. Admiral, I have the numbers on this planet. It's 3 times the size of Earth and moving very fast. The alien calculations are right. With their technology, stopping it would be impossible, but not with human thinking, Kate asked. Maybe. We would need to do something the aliens never considered. Lisa Parker was monitoring alien communications across the galaxy. Admiral, the coalition leaders are arguing about whether to let us try. Half of them think it's a trap. The other half think we're too stupid to understand how impossible this is. Commander Ryan Bell was studying tactical information about the rogue planet. Captain, even if they let us try, we have less than 3 days before it hits the first planet. That's not much time. Dr. Amanda Forster looked up from her psychology, reports Admiral. I think I understand why they're confused by our offer. In their culture, you only help people who can help you back. The idea of helping enemies makes no sense to them. The communication system activated again. This time it was a different alien voice, higher and more aggressive. Humans, this is War Commander Zictor of the Corvani fleet. My world is the first, one that will be destroyed. If this is some human trick to make us lower our defenses, we will hunt down your entire species. Jake felt the weight of the moment. War Commander, my name is Captain Morrison. I give you my word as a human being that we want to help save your world. Your word means nothing to us. We have seen human promises in your historical records. Kate had an idea, War Commander. What if we prove our intentions? Let us show you our plan to stop the rogue planet. If you think it won't work, you can refuse our help and shoot us. Another long silence. Finally, Veltar spoke. The coalition will consider your proposal. But know this, if you fail, billions will die. If you succeed, it will only prove that humans are too dangerous to be allowed freedom in the galaxy. Dr. Cross shook his head. Admiral, do you understand what he just said? If we fail, we're murderers. If we succeed, we're too dangerous to live. We can't win. Yes, we can, Doctor. We win by doing what's right, regardless of the consequences. Lisa got excited. Admiral Kixora is sending us detailed information about the rogue planet, and she says thousands of young aliens across the galaxy are secretly cheering for us. The main screen filled with data about the massive planet racing through space. It was dark and cold, with a metal core that made it incredibly dense and heavy. Chief Engineer Bobby Turner came onto the bridge carrying a data pad. Captain, I've been studying this problem since we first heard about it. The aliens are right. You can't stop something that big with normal methods. But you have an idea? Kate asked. Yes, ma'am. But it's crazy and dangerous and probably impossible. Jake smiled. Those are the best kind of ideas. Tell us. Bobby put his data on the main screen. We don't try to stop the planet. We change where it's going. Ryan studied the plan. How do we move something that weighs more than 1 trillion tons? We don't move it all at once. We use its own momentum against it. Look, the planet is spinning as it travels. If we can attach powerful engines at exactly the right spots and fire them at exactly the right time, we can slowly change its path. Dr. Cross ran calculations on his computer. Bobby, this would require at least 20 fusion engines working together perfectly. We only have 2 on our ship. That's why we need help from the aliens. They have the engines. We have the plan. Lisa was listening to more alien communications. The coalition is meeting again. They're arguing about whether our plan could work. Amanda was studying alien psychology data. Admiral, this is perfect. If we need their help to save their own worlds, they can't claim we're trying to conquer them. The communication system activated. Veltar sounded tired. Humans, the coalition has decided to allow you to attempt this mission, but you will work under strict supervision. Any sign of treachery, and we will destroy you immediately. Kate felt relief. Thank you, Supreme Navigator. What resources can you provide? War Commander Zictor will give you access to Corvani fusion engines. The Threx will provide transport ships. Other species will contribute materials and equipment. But understand this, you will be watched constantly. Jake looked at his crew. How long do we have to set this up? Bobby checked his calculations. If we start now and work without stopping, maybe 36 hours. That's cutting it very close, Ryan said. Dr. Cross was already making lists of what they needed. Admiral, we'll have to split up the crew. Some people will work on attaching engines to the planet. Others will calculate exact timing. Others will coordinate with alien ships. Lisa got another message from Kixra. Admiral, the young alien says her government is very nervous. They've never worked with humans before and they don't know what to expect. Kate made a decision. Lisa, send a message to all the alien ships. Tell them that humans work best when everyone shares ideas and helps each other. We're not going to boss them around. We're going to work together. The next few hours were like nothing anyone had ever experienced. Human and alien engineers worked side by side, sharing ideas and solving problems together. At first, the aliens were scared and suspicious, but as they saw humans working hard to save alien lives, their attitudes began to change. Bobby Turner found himself working with a Corvani engineer named Felmax. Your fusion engines are more powerful than I thought, Bobby said. We might be able to use fewer engines if we place them more carefully. Felmax was surprised. You are not trying to steal our technology. Why would I do that? Right now, the only thing that matters is saving your world. Dr. Cross was working with Threx scientists to calculate the exact moment to fire the engines. The timing has to be perfect. He explained, if we fire too early or too late, we might push the planet into a different inhabited system. The Threx scientist Krill was amazed by human determination. Your species is willing to risk everything for people who threaten to kill you. This is very strange behavior. Strange maybe, but it's who we are, Cross replied. Meanwhile, Ryan Bell was coordinating with alien military commanders to position ships around the rogue planet. We need to evacuate all personnel the moment the engines start firing. If something goes wrong, the explosion will be huge. War Commander Zichter was working directly with Ryan. Human Bell, I do not understand your species. You could have returned to your system safely. Why do you risk death for my people? Ryan thought about it. Because your people deserve to live, just like mine do. It's that simple. As the hours passed, something unexpected happened. The aliens stopped treating the humans like dangerous enemies. They started treating them like partners working toward the same goal. Lisa was amazed by the change in alien communications. Admiral, they're not talking about us as invaders anymore. They're calling us the rescue team. With 12 hours left before impact, all the fusion engines were in place. The calculations were complete. Ships were positioned for evacuation. Everything was ready. But as Bobby checked the final systems, he found a problem that made his heart stop. Admiral, he said quietly, we have a serious issue. One of the main engines is malfunctioning. Without it, the plan won't work. Kate felt the weight of billions of lives on her shoulders. Can we fix it? Someone would have to go out there and repair it manually. But the radiation from the planet's core would kill anyone in minutes. Jake realized what Bobby was saying. Someone would have to sacrifice their life to save everyone else. The bridge became very quiet. Outside their window, the rogue planet grew larger as it raced toward the first inhabited world. Time was running out, and someone was going to have to make the ultimate human choice. Chief Engineer Bobby Turner stared at the readings on his computer screen. The broken fusion engine meant certain failure unless someone could fix it by hand. The deadly radiation would kill whoever tried in less than 5 minutes. I'll go, Bobby said quietly. It's my plan, so it's my responsibility. Captain Jake Morrison shook his head. Bobby, you have a wife and kids back on Earth, and billions of alien families are about to die if I don't fix this engine. Before anyone could argue, Commander Ryan Bell stood up. I'm going. I'm trained. For dangerous missions, double quotes, Dr. Nathan Cross also stood. No, I should go. I understand the engine systems better than anyone. Admiral Kate Sullivan watched her crew argue about who should sacrifice their life. This was exactly what made humans special, and exactly what the aliens feared about them. Humans would die for strangers without hesitation. Wait, said Dr. Amanda Foster, looking at her computer. Before anyone volunteers to die, let me try something. She opened a communication channel to all the alien ships. This is Dr. Foster speaking to all coalition forces. We have a problem that needs solving, and I want to ask for your help. Supreme Navigator Veltar responded immediately. What kind of help? Human! One of our engines is broken. Someone needs to fix it manually, but the radiation will kill them. In human culture, we believe that no life should be wasted if there's another way. Do any of your species have radiation suits or protective technology that could keep someone alive long enough to make the repair? There was silence for several minutes. Then War Commander Zector spoke up. Dr. Foster, why do you ask us for help? We are your enemies. No, you're not. You're people who were scared of us because you didn't understand us. But for the last day, we've worked together. We've seen that we're not so different after all. Lisa Parker was monitoring alien communications. Admiral, they're having intense discussions on all their ships. I've never heard them talk like this before. A new voice came over the communication system. It was Kixarat, the young Zeph. Humans, this is Kixara speaking from the planet's surface. I have convinced my government to let me help you. We have radiation suits that can protect someone for up to 30 minutes. Veltar sounded shocked. Kixara, you cannot leave the planet without permission. Supreme Navigator, with respect, I am leaving anyway. These humans are risking their lives to save billions of our people. The least I can do is help them save themselves too. Jake felt amazement growing in his chest. Kix, are you sure about this? Captain Morrison, I have been studying humans for years. You taught me that sometimes you have to do what's right, even when authority figures tell you not to. Within an hour, a small Zephyrian ship docked with the Defiant. Kixara came aboard, wearing an advanced radiation suit and carrying another one for the human repair person. She was young, maybe 20 years old in human terms, with pale blue skin and large dark eyes. Hello, humans. I am very excited to meet you in person. Bobby took the radiation suit gratefully. Kixara, why are you risking your career and maybe your life to help us? Because you showed me that growth and change are not things to fear. They are things to celebrate. As Bobby and Kixara prepared to leave for the dangerous repair mission, something unexpected happened. More alien ships began offering help. The Threx sent advanced tools. The Corvani provided backup power systems. Species that had never worked together before were suddenly cooperating to help save everyone. Lisa was amazed by the change in alien communications. Admiral, they're not talking like enemies anymore. They're talking like a team. Bobby and reached the broken engine just as the rogue planet was only 6 hours away from impact. Working together, they found that the repair was easier than expected when two people could coordinate their efforts. Bobby, humans and aliens working together can solve problems that neither could solve alone. Kixara said as they fixed the final connection. I think that's the point, Kixara. We're better together than apart. They returned to their ship safely, and all fusion engines were finally ready. Bobby gave the signal, and 20 massive engines fired simultaneously around the rogue planet. At first, nothing seemed to happen. The planet was so huge that its change in direction was almost impossible to see. But Dr. Cross's calculations were perfect. Slowly, degree by degree, the rogue planet began to curve away from the inhabited worlds. It's working, Lisa shouted. The planet is changing course. On the main screen, they watched as the massive world that had threatened billions of lives curved safely past the first planet, then the second, then the third. Instead of destruction, it would pass harmlessly through empty space. War Commander Zictor was the first alien to speak. Humans, You actually did it. You saved my world. Jake felt tired but happy. We all did it together, War Commander. Supreme Navigator Veltar opened a channel to all ships. Attention all coalition forces. The crisis is over. The rogue planet will harm no one. Cheering erupted across the communication channels as aliens from 18 different species celebrated together. But the biggest surprise was yet to come. Veltar spoke again, but this time his voice was different, softer, more thoughtful. Humans of the ship Defiance, the coalition leadership requests a formal meeting. Kate was suspicious. What kind of meeting? We need to discuss the future relationship between humanity and the galactic community. 2 hours later, Jake and Kate found themselves in a virtual meeting with leaders from all 18 alien species. The atmosphere was completely different. From their first contact, Velta spoke for the group. "Humans, we owe you an apology. We judged your species based on fear and incomplete information." War Commander Zikta added, "You saved billions of lives, including the lives of people who threatened to kill you. This kind of behavior is, we have no words for it in our language. We call it being human," Kate said simply. A Threx leader named Sindel spoke up. "We have been discussing what we learned during this crisis. When we worked with humans, we solved problems faster than we have in centuries. When we shared ideas with humans, we discovered new possibilities we never imagined." Kixora's voice joined the meeting from the planet's surface. "Supreme Navigator, permission to speak." Granted, the humans are not reality destroyers. They are reality improvers. They take things that are broken and fix them. They take problems that seem impossible and find solutions. They take enemies and turn them into friends. Jake felt hope growing. "What are you saying?" Veltar took a deep breath. "We are saying that we were wrong to fear you. We should have feared the stagnation that was slowly killing our civilizations. You showed us that growth and change can happen without violence and destruction." The Corvani leader added, "We formally withdraw our ultimatum. Humanity will not be contained or destroyed." Kate could hardly believe what she was hearing. "And our future in the galaxy. We would like to propose something that has never existed before," Veltar said. "A true partnership between species. Humans bring the ability to see solutions where others see only problems. We bring knowledge and resources that span the galaxy. Together, we could accomplish things that neither humans nor aliens could achieve alone." Over the following weeks, everything changed. The crew of the Defiant stayed in the Kepler 442 system to help establish the first joint human-alien research station. Young aliens from across the galaxy came to work with humans, eager to learn about innovation and problem-solving. Dr. Cross found himself teaching alien scientists how to think creatively about old problems. Bobby Turner worked with alien engineers to design new technologies that combine human innovation with alien knowledge. Most importantly, the fear was gone. Aliens stopped seeing humans as destroyers and started seeing them as partners in building a better galaxy. Jake's final log entry read, "They feared our arrival because they thought we would destroy what they had built. Instead, we helped them build something better." Today, 18 alien species and humanity took the first step toward a future none of us could imagine alone. The galaxy just became a much more interesting place. 6 months later, ships carrying both humans and aliens left the system together, heading for distant stars to explore new worlds and solve new challenges. The age of fear was over. The age of cooperation had begun. And in the end, the aliens had been right to fear humanity's arrival, because humans had done exactly what the aliens feared most. They had changed everything forever.